Hello everyone, today we're learning Basra Daf Samech. It's a bit of a difficult sugya. I hope I'll manage to explain it easily. So we're going to start from Samecheh based Toner Rabbanon. Rabbanon learned Tziner, a pipe that's made out of wood or stone, Shechokokoi. Then he first made a hole in it to make it into a pipe. Lubasoif Kovai, and then he connected it to the ground to lead water into a mikvah. Poiseles a mikvah. It passes a mikvah because since he made it into a keli before it was mechuba la karka, so it's a keli. So now it's mekabel tumah. So now even though they connected it to the ground, it's poised a mikvah. But if kovoi first he connected this piece of wood to the ground and only then he made it into a hollow pipe. So once before you made the hollow pipe, it was just a piece of wood. It's not mekabel tumah. You connected it to the ground. It's part of the ground. Now they made it into a keli. When it's connected to the ground, it's not keli. So says the Gemara, Moni, who is this Raisa? Loy Rabbi Eliezer, Loy Rabbanon. It's not Rabbi Eliezer nor Rabbanon. Now this whole sugya is going to try to understand which Rabbi Eliezer and Rabbanon are we talking about that it's not them. So the Gemara, hey Rabbi Eliezer, which Rabbi Eliezer are we talking about? No. That we're saying that's not Rabbi Eliezer. Ilema Rabbi Eliezer the bias, our sugya that we said that Rabbi Eliezer holds it, that's something that's connected to the ground, the machteshes, to grind the spices into powder. When it's connected to the ground, it's part of the sale of the house. So we could see that even though that was a keli before you connected to the ground, and now you connect it to the ground, it's called like karka. So it doesn't fit into the brisa that we said about mikvah. It can't be Dilma. That's could be that fits into Rabbi Eliezer. Why Dilma? Eine time the Rabbi Eliezer by us sova moiche bain yofa moiche. The Rabbanon sovri moiche bain ro moiche. It's all about intention. When someone says I'm selling a house, does he mean to sell also this machteshes or not? It's nothing to do with keli or not keli. It's nothing to do with that. It's what the das of the moicha. And Rabbi Eliezer holds be'ayni of moicha, and therefore he's selling the machteshes. It's nothing to do with mikvah. Said the Gemara be'elo Rabbi Eliezer the kaveres dvorim. Maybe it means when we say that the price of the mikvah that doesn't fit in like Rabbi Eliezer, it means the one where Rabbi Eliezer says in the Mishnah about beehives. Now we learned in the Mishnah, Kaveres Dvorim. Kaveres Dvorim is a beehive that's connected with cement to the ground. Rabbi Eliezer Omer Aryeh Karka has din karka that could be nikna bekesef, not like metaltelim, the non nikna bekesef. The koisim ole prusbul. Prusbul is a takona that Hillel HaZaken made that to get around that shvi shouldn't take away. Normally, if someone has a loan and Shemitah comes, doesn't have to pay the loan off anymore. If people stop taking loans. So Hillel HaZaken made it a corner prosbul, but you could only do that if the loider has a little piece of land. So says Rabbi Eliezer, if someone has a beehive, that's considered like a piece of land because it's like land, and therefore you could do a prosbul on it. Like anything that's land is not mikabel tumah. That means when it's connected. Someone who takes out from the beehive on Shabbos, chayav chatos, it's like he took off an apple off the tree because it's connected to the ground. The Chachomim argue, it's not like karka, it's like metaltelim, it could be sold with kesef, can't be koinerit. You can't do prosbul because it's not like karka, mekabeles tumah b'mkoyma because it's considered metaltelim. Because it's not considered like cutting an apple off the tree. So Rabbi Eliezer holds that even though that this beehive was a keli before, now when he connected it to the ground, it became ois keli and it's like karka. So that doesn't fit in like what we said before about the pipe in the mikveh. That if it was a keli, even though they connected to the ground, it's not considered a keli. So this is the Rabbi Eliezer that we said that doesn't go like Rabbi Eliezer. So the Gemara, no, awesome, over there by the beehive, could come a Rabbi Eliezer timer. Rabbi Eliezer has a drasha from the Torah about beehives. Domer Rabbi Eliezer, because Rabbi Eliezer explained the time of Rabbi Eliezer. Domer Rabbi Eliezer, my time is Rabbi Eliezer. What's the explanation in the Tana Rabbi Eliezer? Because it says in the Pasuk, it says about Yonason that Shaul made a shvur on all Klal Yisrael that no one's going to eat any food. They'll be in fast to win the war. And Yonason never heard about it, and he took his stick and he put it in the beehive and he took honey. And it says Yara Sadvash like a forest. So we learn my Yara Toilish Mono B'Shabbos Chayev, like a forest. If you cut a piece off the tree of a forest, you chayev because it's Toilish. chayav chatos. Av dvash, also honey, aroidim menu b'Shabbos. Someone who takes out honey from the hive on Shabbos, because it says yaris dvash, we learn from there chayav chatos. It's like cutting an apple off the tree. So there's a special limud. It's different to our sugya about mikveh that we're learning about pipe. So it can't be that the Rabbi Eliezer that we're saying that doesn't fit in like Rabbi Eliezer. Says like more Rabbi Eliezer the daf. Rabbi Eliezer who talks about there's two pshatim. I'm going to go with one of the pshatim of the Rashbam. Daf is a shelf that you put on the. It's like a shelf, a flat piece of wood. We're going to see what it's made out of, and you connect it to the wall, and you put the bread on it to sell. The Tnan, we learned in the Mishnah, Daf Shalachtoim, like we just explained, the shelf of bakers who sell the bread on it, Shekovoi by Koisol, who he connected it to the wall. Rabbi Loza said it's like the wall, it's not Mekabel Tumah. The Chachomim Metamim, and Chachomim say it's Tomeh. Said the Gemara, money. So our brisa that we learned before about the Tzino Shekovoi, Basoif Chokokoi, Basoif Kovoi doesn't fit in with both of them. Why is that? Rabbi Eliezer, Afilu Chokokoi, Basoif Kovoi, because over here about the shelf, no one spoke about did he make the shelf smooth. That means Gmar Keli, and then he connected to the wall, or he connected to the wall, and only afterwards he made Gmar Keli. It's mashma. The Rebbe Eliezer holds whatever happens, it's Torah, and Chacham holds whatever happens, it's Tomeh. So it says it can't be Rebbe Eliezer, because then if it would be Rebbe Eliezer, so by the pipe, by the mikveh, the din should be, even if you made it into a pipe and then he connected it to the ground, it should be Ois Keli, and it shouldn't be passed the mikveh. Rabbanon, it can't fit in like Rabbanon, Afilu Kovoi, Basoif Chokokoi. Nami, Rabbanon, even if he connected this piece of wood to the ground to the mikvah, and only then he made it into a keli and he made the hollow, it should be metame, like by this daf of nachtoim, even though they connected it to the wall and only then he made it a gmar keli into a daf. Afilu it's mikabel tuma. So when we said that the bright over there doesn't fit in, not like Rabbi Eliezer, not like Chachomim, it means from this Mishnah. Tzedek more no. Loilom Rabbi Eliezer. Really, we could fit into Rabbi Eliezer from this Mishnah of daf of nachtoim. Rabbi Eliezer, the shiny pshute creates, this shelf of nachtoimim, it's made from wood, and a piece of wood that's not, it doesn't have a place, a kibble to accept water or something into it, it's flat, is the Tumah D'Rabbanan, it's only the Rabbanon, and that's where Rabbi Eliezer holds, it's Torah, even though if you made the keli and only then if you made it flat and only then you connected to the wall, because the whole din of this tumah of something that's made out of wood and it's not really a keli is only midrabanan. So barabanan ikilu. But over there, he made it into a hollow thing. He made the mamish into a keli. It's a different din. So therefore, really, Rabbi Eliezer can fit in. So which is the Rabbi Eliezer that we're saying they doesn't fit in with? Says the Gemara on this, Michlal de Sheiva de Raisa, you want to tell me that Sheiva, after you have a mikveh, because it says over here, Poiseles a mikveh, meaning you had already a mikveh full of water that's kosher, and then you connected this pipe that fills in with water, and we said it passes it. But this din that passes a mikveh is only a derabanan dikadin. Samechvav on base, Vokaiman on derabanan, we know that if we have a mikveh that's kosher, and afterwards you added Maim Shuvim, it's only possible derabanan with the Raisa it's kosher, so they both the Rabbanon, so what's the difference? You said that this is the Rabbanon, this is the Raisa. I said like more of a even more so, even if you want to tell me that by the mikveh they were very makbid like the Raisa. Amar Rabbi Yossi bar Chanina explained the Mishnah about the shelf of the baker that's so bedaf shematechas machloikis. He explained that the whole machloikis of the Rabbi Eliezer and Chachomim are talking about a shelf that's made out of metal, and a metal, a pshute clay mateches of metal is mikabel tuma midaraisa, so you can't tell me it's tuma derabanan, it's also the raisa. And afilu Rabbi Eliezer holds that even if you made it into a kli and afterwards you connect it to the wall, is no mikabel tuma, so it doesn't fit into what we said about the mikveh, that if you made it to a pipe and then you connected it to the mikveh, you passel it. Doesn't fit in, and therefore that's the Rabbi Eliezer and Chachomim that we're saying that we were looking for to say that don't fit in with the din of Tzina Shekabel Basoif Chokokoi. This is the daf of Nachtoimim because they both it's the Raisa, and we can see that the Rabbi Eliezer and Chachomim argue on that din of the mikvah. Says the Gemara, Elo Lo'ilum Rabbanoni. Says the Gemara, really the brisa that we learned of mikvah, who does the yes go? It goes like Rabbanon. Says the Gemara, just 1 second. So the Gemara really said the Gemara. The Gemara wanted this. So that's the Gemara's kasha. So at the beginning, the Gemara said the Gemara asked the Shaila about the pipe. Who is it? It's not like Rabbanon, not like Rabbi Lezer. Which Rabbanon or Rabbi Lezer meant the Daf Hayomi? And said the Gemara, it really does fit in a Rabbanon. Really, you could say it's Rabbanon. The shiny Sheiva the Rabbanon, and since, like we said before, that the mikveh, because the mikveh was already kosher, and only afterwards he connected the pipe, so it's only a posel derabbanon, and therefore, even though the Rabbanon hold that Daf Hayomi the din is that it's tomeh, because that's the raisa, it's mateches, but by mikveh it's derabbanon, and therefore, if you only made it into a keli after you connected to the ground, it's not metam as a mikveh. So the Gemara Yochi, if so, afilu chokokol basoif kovoy nami. If you're telling me the Rabbanon's Doraisa is different, so even if you made it into a pipe and only afterwards you connected to the ground, it shouldn't pass over the mikveh. Why did it pass over the mikveh if you're Rabbanon? It's different, it's the Rabbanon. So the Gemara, Shiny Osan, the Ikas, Turis, Keli, Olav, Betolush. Even in the Rabbanon of mikveh, that's only a din the Rabbanon to pass, so since you made it into a pipe already before you connected to the ground, it has already a Turis, Keli, so now connecting it to the ground, even though that we only do Rabbanon, we can't make the Rabbanon so kolodik that even a mamish a keli they connected to the ground will be ois keli, and therefore in such a case it passes the mikvah. But if you first connected to the ground and only then you made the keli, since it's the Rabbanon, so it's different to the daf of nachtoimim, and therefore we fit in that the din of mikvah fits in like Rabbanon. Tell the Gemara, Rabbi Yosef has a shaila, make shomim. So let's just say zroin vegetables or no mikabel tuma until water goes on them, and the water needs to go on them that you wanted the water to go on them. So make shomim, rainwater that came down from the sky, that he was saying, and that's why this sugya comes in here because of the itzturbalim. The itzturbalim is around the how's it called, the Rechaim. Around the Rechaim, you have this itztubal. It's like a wooden frame that the Rechaim sits on, and it's connected to the ground. So it's raining, and the person was thinking, I'm very happy about this rain. You know why? Because it's going to clean this wood frame. So he thought about Uladiach itztubalim. Ma'ol is roim, and it touched also the vegetables, his seeds they had over there. Is it considered because he was happy about this rain to go on the itzturbalim that he's also happy about it, that I should touch the zroim and therefore it's mekabel tuma or not? Says the Gemara, but the Rabbi Lezer doma kol ha'mechubal karka reiku karka lefiushit, as Rabbi Lezer holds anything that's connected to the karka has a din of karka loiti boiloch. It's not shaila because for sure it's not mekabel tuma because this it's the bolim ha'mechubal karka. Kiti boiloch, when my shaila is aliba the Rabban da'amri enike karka, who say that even if it's connected to the karka, it's not like a din karka. What's the din over here? Is it called it's mikabel tuma now, these roim or not? So the Gemara take utishbi taret kushis v'bois. So the Gemara another story is connected to its tubalim. Sholach le Rav Nechemia Breder Rav Yosef the Rabba Breder Rav Huna Zuti lenardor. Ki asiach isesale kamoch. When this lady comes in front of you who's a yisoima, and the din is that, let's see, Agba samach zayin omdalech Agba isa nichsi afilu mitzturbali derechaim. You should give her, and she's a Yisoima, and the din is I think it's the Konas Chachomim that a daughter gets 1/10 of the Yerusha of the father, that she should be able to get married, and that din is only from Karkois. So he said you should give her 1/10 because she gets Isun Chosim, but even from these Itztubalim, the frame of the Rechaim, she should get, because that has a din like Karka, because it's Mechubal Karka. Omar Ravashi, Kiavina Berav Kana, and when we were Barav Kana, Magbinan, we would even take for Isun Chosim, Afilu Me'amlo de Basi, even from the rent of the houses that the father left, because it's like Karka, because the houses are like Karka and the Paris of the rent, and therefore they get the 10th also from the revenue that comes from the rental of the properties that the father owned. Everyone should have a very good Chodesh, full of blessings, full of closeness to Hashem. Should all be zoichet to see the Melech Masada and to talk to him and feel close, and be zoichet to learn this more again and understand it. It's a very difficult sugya of all the mikvois and everything and the cheshbon, and b'mikayim always all the halachas and all the gemaras we learn. Thank you very much.